Hi guys,
Hello people.
I'm
I'm
Milena,
Lola.
and we're watching our favorite show at the moment.
What is it called?
It's called Black Sails.
Yes, it is.
It is called Black. We didn't play Black Sails last night at a party
I was about to.
because it's not
I was
a
about to.
party thing to do, you know. But we did
Agree to disagree.
We did convince one friend.
No, we just
watched.
like literally like we keep googling Flint. Like we're gonna get spoiled at some point. Like we keep.
Let me show his pictures.
The way that I
And
like.
he's like, you're talking about her. I'm like, no, him.
No, like the
That
way
tells you everything you
I
need
go
to
on
know if I'm
Google,
talking about him.
and I'm like making sure not to see what is like recommended in the searches because like I don't want to think like dead popping up or something like that. You know? I just like I don't even look. I'm like Flint images. I'm like, look at this.
Me too. But like didn't even cross my mind last night that could pop up.
You know what I mean? If anyone ever gets spoiled, it's gonna be because of her. It's just gonna be because of her.
You
if I
spoiled
need
us
to
about
Google something.
Blackbeard. You literally on camera.
Guilty.
I'm so happy that you have it on
Guilty.
camera because like that was
Guilty.
such a shocking moment to me, honestly.
Guilty.
But like yeah, I remember that like last night I googled no I didn't. I googled cast
Yeah.
and I show cast and I zoom in on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All smarter.
Yeah. Now I really think about it, thank God, because like it didn't cross my mind that potentially could find out, figure out.
No, I've like.
But he is not dead. He's not gonna be dead. That's why we would never be able to get spoiled because he's not gonna die.
Like just like again, I can't imagine him dying for whatever reason.
Me neither.
I can't tell you if it's because like sometimes I get too attached that I can't see clearly.
I think that's me now.
And so like then I'm not gonna be. I can't see warning signs. You know.
I don't think I would survive it. Like I don't think I would be happy if that ever happens.
Like ever again in your life.
It's just like I feel like I don't think I would be happy with the with the show.
Okay.
Even though maybe realistically that's not right, you know.
Okay.
Maybe I should be happy. Maybe it's a good death or something. Like I don't think I would be able to appreciate it, you know.
Okay.
Somehow I love him in that way.
Yeah, you're just gonna be mad.
Exactly. That's it for let's say Eleanor or Vane. I think I'm already attached to them, and I think I'm gonna get even more attached to them.
Yeah.
But like I could survive their deaths. I could see them dying, and I could survive potentially, let's say, their deaths. You know, I mean, I could survive of everybody else in the show. Let me just be honest.
Yeah, that's just like Vane and Ellen.
We talked in the last episode.
Yeah, because like
that's why I said.
Just because like I was thinking again, who are the types of characters that die, and the thing is like I can't kill most of them. Mm-hmm. You know, like there's some shows where I can say like most of them could die.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident.
And there's like so many that I just cannot see dying.
Me too.
You know, and like I don't know.
I don't see
just left Vane and Eleanor. They might just kill each other.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yeah, or die. Yeah.
Well, die together.
Or
I
die
don't think so.
like consequences or some each other actions or like I don't know.
That'd be poetic.
Could see something like that.
That'd be poetic.
I don't know. But yeah, the truth is I would have survived every single one of them in this show except from Punt. Even though I would not be satisfied with many of them. I would not be satisfied with John. I would not be satisfied with the trio.
No, me neither.
I would not be satisfied with the 5 of them to die.
I just can't see it. I just can't see any of them. Like, I'm trying to figure out what would the point be, how that happened, how that fit with their character arcs.
Yeah, I don't think
and just like it doesn't make sense to me. Like it especially doesn't make sense for John.
Yeah.
Like who's such like, you know, a survivor and everything, and like he is
but like Max
really growing in a way to absolutely.
You know, Max as well, and somehow then to me Anne and Jack are package deal.
Yeah.
Like you kill one, you're gonna kill
I was like
the
literally thinking if one of the two of them dies, it will be too heartbreaking for the second one. So like that can't be happening.
Yeah, I don't think.
And like that's why I can't kill either one of them.
Neither.
You know.
Yeah.
If they weren't a package deal, I could easily say that like
maybe
Anne is more of a character that like dies.
Maybe I don't see it really, honestly.
I mean, I can't see any of them.
But like but like with Max is similar to John in my opinion because like she survived so much, and we've seen her go through so many different points already in her life. Yeah. You know, I just somehow see her succeeding in this.
I agree.
You know? like I don't see her failing.
I agree. I really don't. It's gonna be a shock of a lifetime if she ever dies.
Me too.
Like I would really not like that one.
Me neither.
I'd really not like it.
But
Let's stop talking about death.
Yeah, we somehow started that, and then it's until the end. Literally, we're gonna stop now.
Yes, we should.
Yeah.
What happened in the last episode that we watched yesterday?
Blackbeard and Vane.
Well, we learned a bit more about Blackbeard. Like, we learned what type of a man he is. Which, again, we talked about it.
We don't like him. We don't like his influence on Vane.
I mean, I don't like... Not like I mind him. How can I say... Like, how do I explain it? I don't mind him. He is just a type of character that me and him would never see eye to eye. It's just like we have different worldviews. And I think his worldview is unhealthy, you know? I'm not saying that like my worldview is right or anything like that. I'm just saying I don't agree with his, and I think it's more detrimental than mine is, you know?
Yeah, I make a difference between him and Vane.
Me too. I have a difference between them.
For example, I like Vane. I really like him. Like I really like that he is this type of a character.
Yeah, me too.
And especially now after finding out a little bit about his past.
Yeah.
Like I could not be more excited to see his story. I feel like he could be at the top for my favorite characters at the end, if it's done right. I mean, if it's done for me right, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I really like Vane. I put him...
Maybe we don't need to put them now.
Let me not think about it. But no, I really like Vane. And I think this season that's just gonna be amplified.
That's what I want to say.
It seems like kind of a more Vane focused.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. Like I feel like that like I'm gonna really like his story because like I really like him right now, but like I feel like I'm gonna be able to even sympathize more or empathize more. Is the same similar?
Oh, okay. Sympathize is when the same thing has happened to you.
Okay,
empathize when the same thing has not happened to you,
not.
but like, what do you mean has not?
Nothing like that.
I don't see really the difference between I think that's the difference between those words. I'm not quite sure.
Definitely empathize with Vane. I feel like with time I can grow to love him and his story.
Yeah.
Again, yeah, depending on where it goes, but like I am
very curious.
I really like the path that it's going right now.
And me too, and especially like with the introduction of Blackbeard. I guess it just like brings out the differences between Vane and him, you know, and those are the differences that I like in Vane's character, that I appreciate in Vane's character.
The only thing I don't like in Vane's character is his voice.
Milena cannot stop talking about it. We literally saw a video of the actor like a couple of days ago, like about
He's
something.
not
talking like that.
And like she was like, this is not his real voice.
Because that's what you said to me.
Because like,
you know?
yeah, I mean, I think he
has
because like
voice,
I was watching his interviews like when we were
watching the show that
and the show that must not be named in those interviews. And like he always had a deeper voice, just not like this deep and raspy. Yeah. But he is acting. Let the man act. It fits his character.
Yeah, that's not for me. I somehow bothers me a bit, but like I feel like I got used to it right now. You know. Yeah.
Well, now you when you start liking someone, then like even the things you were annoyed with, you're like, it's fine.
Okay, fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's
but like when you're annoyed with them, then everything is
then
just gonna be amplified. Then it's
even more annoying. Yeah. Literally just talk like a normal fucking human being. What is that, you know?
He's acting. He's an actor.
He loses it sometimes. It's not the same always. That's not annoy me every single time, you know?
I like literally don't notice. I don't notice.
I remember that we rewatched a scene or something like that. It was like that. You immediately did that, and like I said, listen to this. It's not the same. Remember?
Was it with Eleanor?
Maybe, potentially, yeah, potentially down.
When they were there looking at each other down there.
Potentially.
We didn't even talk about the fact that he thinks Eleanor is dead, or at least he is saying out loud that both Guthries are dead.
Yeah.
Is he gonna be shocked when she comes?
Yeah.
With the fucking English army.
Like, why is he saying that?
I think it's how do I explain it? I don't know how to explain it.
Do you think it's to convince himself? Comfort? Definitely not comfort.
I think it's just like he, let's say, wants to convince himself so he doesn't even think about it I don't know how to explain it. It's because like it's not like he just
I think
woke
he's
up one day and stopped caring about her.
no,
You know? So like
exactly. I think quite the opposite. But,
yeah,
like,
so
I think
I
he's
would
so
kind
hurt
of yeah
because like I said, like if she didn't betray him, you know, if she never betrayed him, I think he would go cross the earth to save her.
Oh yeah.
You know, he would do anything possible, humanly possible. But she did betray him, and he did kill her father.
Yeah.
Which is
we cannot go back from that.
No,
you know what I mean?
Never.
We really can't go back
there is
from that.
never going back from that.
It's just
from
like
doing
it
something
really
like that.
is.
But again,
it's
I
such
think
a fascinating relationship.
Exactly, because like now she something like this is happening to her. You know, and she is probably in his mind going to die. You know.
Yeah.
But like I don't think it doesn't weigh heavy on him.
No, I think it affects him. And so like that's what I mean. Like I really I want to see when he sees her again. And like what the fuck that is gonna bring. We had that. We had a whole fucking storm.
Yeah.
That I don't know how, honestly no clue how any of them are alive. And they might not be for long.
Flint saved them.
Sure, Flint's also the one that put them in the fucking eye of the storm. Like what?
That's their problem, you know?
So basically what they said is that they use the word, which I don't know what it means. But like I think it just means there is no wind, they have no sails. It's very difficult to go anywhere. Plus they have very limited amounts of food, okay, but like I'm more concerned about their water. I don't know how much water they have.
Yeah.
So they're a couple of weeks, I think, out of any like island, any shore. So they're gonna be fine. It's just that like I hope that they don't need to like start eating each other.
I mean, I hope so.
Because like
that's not something that I expect right now.
Because like we watched like One Piece. And like I was thinking while I was watching John in the previous episode, he doesn't have a leg, and we just watched One Piece when the guy doesn't have a leg, and the reason why he doesn't have a leg is because like they were stranded and he ate his own leg. And so I was like thinking, boy, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
You could have eaten your leg. And so like I just hope we don't succumb.
Yeah.
I hope we're not that like people can survive like a couple of weeks without food.
Yeah.
So like I think by then we can hit shore.
Yeah. Well, no, I somehow don't see this as a big problem. Maybe
I like the thing is like I mean,
but like I minimize it. I'm like
I think
it's gonna be fine. This episode is gonna be fine.
I don't think it's gonna be fine because like they would not have introduced that story. Like why would you tell me like we are so far out we cannot make it to shore for some time, and like what it starts we're making it to shore, but like we're just a bit hungry and thirsty, you know. I think people are gonna start attacking each other, you know what I mean? Like people are gonna, if there's a certain amount of food and water, like people are gonna be starving, they might like run after the food, they're gonna start arguing. If there's no water, we're dead in 2 days.
Is there some water?
I think they have definitely water, but like I don't think they have enough water until they reach a shore. So either it starts fucking raining and then we can at least get water, but like we still don't have food.
Yeah.
And that is also a problem. So I think we're definitely gonna have some problems with the crew, maybe fighting amongst each other for food or water or anything. I don't know. I don't think it's just gonna be, oh look, the episode starts, oh look, there's the wind, we're good. We can make it. And so I think
honestly,
that's
how, which means meaning like I don't know. I did not think too much about it. I didn't think like it's a big
deal. I might have thought too much about it.
Yeah, in my mind, like AI is gonna be a problem, but it's gonna be dealt with until the end of the episode. That's how I see it, you know.
Well, it is gonna be dealt with until the episode.
Yeah, so in my mind, it's not gonna be this big thing. But like, if they eat each other, in my mind, that is a fucking big thing. So like, that's why
I don't think they're gonna eat each other.
That's why I don't expect that. Like, are they gonna fight? Sure.
Yeah.
You know, but like again, in my mind, that's not that big. You know?
I mean, they always fight. That's how it seems. So like. We gotta have to see John as well. I don't know how he's gonna feel towards everything that happened, because like the guy literally died in front of him, and he already talked to Billy about like why didn't Flint just like take the pardons, and why didn't we just like lie? Like why was I the one that also bought into what he was talking about? Like why did he convince me as well? You know, I think he's gonna be struggling with that now. And I'm very interested to see how that happens. And Flint is just gonna continue being haunted. Nothing new there.
Yes.
So it's fun.
So let's play
watch
the episode and see that.
Are we trading with
Oh,
them?
okay.
Hi, my girls.
Son of the wealthiest man in St. Kitts, they say. Stole it all.
I love that we're doing business with them.
Yeah.
Civilized one weird this out, so I'm never gonna fucking understand.
Now shall we conclude our business?
316 black pearls to be exchanged for 46,121 pieces of egg.
I would like to see it, please.
Illiterate negress. There's no end to the surprises this place has to offer.
What the fuck did he just say?
Laisse tomber.
No, let's hurt him.
I imagine she comes from slave stock. Understand she can dress as a civilized woman, but to behave as one, that is impressive.
The accounts are acceptable. We have a deal.
Like a lovely creature.
My God, what the fuck is
The
wrong with
governor
you?
arrives. If you do indeed flee, a good place for you in my employ.
Governor? What governor?
You are disposing of your treasury of ill-gotten plunder, so you might leave this place before the new regime arrives. That's what I thought this was all about in the first place.
Thank you for the information.
You don't know, do you?
Thank you for the information.
A fleet. 8 ships, soldiers, 700, all led by a man claiming to have been appointed governor of this place and empowered to take it back by force if necessary.
How long until they arrive here?
12 days.
How long until we fix the thing? Longer?
Batteries been repaired.
A line in defense of the harbour mouth.
Yeah, but how many of those crews can we honestly expect to participate in that fight?
Well, what other option do they have? Do you want to fucking die?
Would all.
This is your
Have you
home.
met those people? They're not exactly a rally around a flagshole. How could you possibly convince them all to join a fight like this?
Because if they all join, there may be no fight. A show of force. A massive show of force. 1,000 men, 12 ships, plus the man of war, all organised for battle.
Organised under who? Flint is still nowhere to be found in return.
Bane.
Time if he doesn't, I'll do it.
We also have Blackbeard now.
A Blackbeard, they could reunite the...
If we all
How about
unite,
Blackbeard go with it?
fight, increase their fear of defeat.
If it
and
was
decrease
the-
cost of our victory.
Blackbeard, he's gonna be like fire.
That's what I think so as well. Could definitely see that happening.
And we'll make it happen together.
We pretending like we want to fight and him actually wanting to fight and
What is this?
The address I intend to make to the inhabitants of Nassau, which I will invite them all to accept the King's pardon and join my efforts to restore law, order, and commerce to New Providence Island.
So you're just going to sail into the harbour, row yourself onto the beach and read this?
Captain Hornigold believes that without Captain Flint, there is no one left on that island capable of mounting an organized defense of the bay.
You'd be surprised.
Do you disagree?
But that doesn't mean that the others won't mount a disorganised one. If the Navy took over, stormed the beach and cleared it, why would that be such a bad thing? I wouldn't say law and order here. Either is fine, the phrase they find upsetting.
If the Navy takes the beach, there is no way I will recapture the trust of the men who would otherwise have surrendered.
You wouldn't need their trust if they were either dead or terrified of you. Seems the Navy is offering to see to one or the other.
It could take months to pacify the island by force. It would be preferable to me to spend those months building commerce instead of putting out fires.
Yes, but if the Navy were to remove anybody who was setting those fires, again, would that not be preferable?
How exactly did you become the one asking questions here?
You're not saying that you can't win. You're saying it would take too long to win. So why are you so concerned about the time?
There were a number of parties to whom I had to make promises in exchange for their support of this operation. Schedules that had to be met. But there is one particular party whose patience I do not wish to test.
Oh.
A party whose history with the pirates at Nassau suggests an extreme reaction would likely follow.
Spain. What did you have to promise them?
That I would seize Fort Nassau, secure the remains of the Elkins gold stored within it,
Yeah,
and
sure.
return it to Havana. Failure to do so would confirm for them that I am simply a pirate by another name, not to be trusted, and would result in the launch of a fleet of 10 ships and soldiers numbering 1,500 to raise Nassau to the ground.
How long did they give you?
8 weeks.
What do we do with that?
Jesus.
As long as the fort is taken quickly and in its entirety, everything should be fine.
Is that worse for us? If we defend it and they come to take back the gold with that much?
Day 12.
Oh, absolutely
Oh
fuck
my
not.
God.
Man, based on our readings today and yesterday, however,
How much food?
that estimate is far too optimistic. We'll have to cut the men's rations again.
Fresh water is just about gone.
Oh, fuck.
Food stores have been empty for about 3 days. The haul from the illness isn't keeping pace. Mr. Silver and I will inform the crew.
Oh my god, what are you
Can't
gonna
be
say?
uniform. Decreases in rations.
Fuck.
At a certain point, all we can be on the point at which any of us can hoist ourselves.
They have to give more food to the ones that are
What
gonna
would you suggest?
carry the boat.
I would suggest that we draw up 2 lists. One with the names of the
That's
men critical to
awful.
sailing the ship once the wind returns. The second, the men who aren't.
You think we should feed some of the men more than others?
No, I think we should feed some of the men and not others. The survival of the greatest number of men on this crew rests entirely on our ability to maneuver this ship to land.
You can't divide the men like that.
Most of the men on that list will survive in a weakened state.
Most of them. Well, why not just take the second best and push them over the side right now? Wouldn't that save us all a lot of trouble?
I will challenge you with the men and resist this plan. If you challenge me in any way while we exist in this state, I will be forced to make an issue of how we entered into it in the first place. Your failure to inform them of the danger inherent in investigating Hallandale's ship led us into the trap that began all
It's
this.
his responsibility to challenge you.
Not now.
Boy, I love you for it.
As captain in a life-threatening situation, it is my right to have complete control over ship and men. I will compile 2 lists. We'll need to keep a close eye on him. As dehydration sets in, we will all be subject to its effects. Loss of reason, anger, eventually hallucinations.
He isn't losing his mind. He's been concerned about this for some time.
He thinks I have lost my reason. The events of Charleston and everything since is driving me mad.
Is it?
I'm committed to this. Charles is committed to this. Captain Flint will be returning soon. He is most committed.
When he returns, he's not gonna be ready for a
You'll
fight.
recall that Anne and I have put thousands of pieces into your pockets in contemplation of the day when your cooperation would be called upon to defend this place. That day is today, and you will answer the call.
Flint is dead. He was in St. Kitts and down in the storm. Pursued by the leading edge of this invasion force. Pirate hunter by the name of Benjamin Hornigold.
He does not die by the hands of fucking Benjamin Hornigold, let me just tell you.
If anyone commits to anything, know that you'll be doing it without Flint.
He's gonna be a problem.
I may be able to offer an alternative.
Oh, fuck off. What?
And you can offer me that something.
Yes. Me. I'm prepared to step into Captain Flint's shoes.
Okay.
Unify those men, prosecute a defense of the harbor, and repel the Navy from here definitively. If, once I've done it,
He joins him?
you agree to join me in sailing away from here for good.
You would enter into it to defend something you have so little regard for, just to have my partnership.
Yes. I will offer you the best of all possible worlds. Beating the English, keeping your word to Rackham, and being free of the burden of this place all at once.
Burden of this place. You've not heard a word I say. I am committed to it.
Your commitment is your burden. Consider what this place has forced you to become since you made that commitment. A slaveholder, a man forced to beg his peers to join him in battle.
Fuck.
So a man in that
Slaveholder.
power
Yeah.
with the finger in your defense, yet you would die in there.
You've been gone 8 years, and suddenly my partnership is this valuable to you.
8 years, 9 wives, no sons. There's an instinct to leave behind something made in one's own image. Nature has denied me the ability, it would seem, but not the need. But whereas the natural way requires no consent from the other party, in this case, I'm not so lucky. Yes or no?
I mean, it's gonna have to be a yes. We cannot defend this otherwise. Calling him a slaveholder, I feel like that would be
This is
very
done.
rough.
He wants to alive. He's leaving with Teach.
Why did it not even come to mind that they can fish for food?
Yeah, I mean,
They didn't even fucking. I was like,
fucking
whatever
crossed my
rations
mind.
you have, that's all the food you get. But like, it's not like they're having the best time of the fishing.
Yeah.
Heard you refused your water ration yesterday.
My sweet boy.
I wish you wouldn't do that.
I don't like how it looks. Me having a full ration while they'd waste away. They're asking them to trust me.
It doesn't matter. They trust you to be able to stand up to the captain when the time comes. And you can't do that if he's got his strength, and you don't.
Decide to follow a man like that and pick and choose when you deny him.
It's your job to deny him. What are you talking about? You're saying Flint conjured that storm. He conjured us into it. Who's more powerful? The one who made the storm, or the one who convinced us into battle to defeat it?
Take your rations.
During that feud with Vane over the fort.
I sat in his cabin and I watched him turn himself inside out over the idea that anyone in NASA would see him as the villain in that story. And now he's the greatest villain in the new world. We all see it, we all follow him because of it. I think it's torture for him. And I think the only way he can imagine it stopping is when there are no more of us left to witness it.
Jesus Christ.
You both stand accused of a crime most serious.
That was a mistake.
Theft of food held in reserve at a time such as this.
Come
It's
on.
a betrayal of trust of the most profound sort. We're both charged with keeping watch over what little remains of our food store. Full day's rations are now gone. Let each of you accuse us the other of the crime. Whichever views the guilty man to confess. In some small part, the trust you breached with your brothers.
I wouldn't have done such a thing. I don't have it in me. Please don't fucking have it.
Shut the fuck up. You all seen me these last few weeks out here. Never blubbered, never bitched. I weathered the shit as well as any of you. So don't fucking tell me I do something that's fucking coward.
Captain.
Thank you. Oh, dear God, thank
He's
you.
gonna
for
shoot
being
you too.
truthful. No, wait. Don't do this. I ain't done nothing, I swear it.
Forgive me.
Does everyone understand? Does anyone have anything to say? You're not strong enough to do what needs to be done. I'll do it for you.
What the hell is that?
It is a balance.
Oh, what's it here for?
There is no point in delaying any longer. There will be no more merchants, no more exchanges. Sooner or later, that fleet will be upon us. Sooner or later, it will be time for you and I to go our separate ways. It would be wise if we are prepared and our shares are split evenly.
Tell me why.
You've been through this.
No. You told me why I wouldn't stay with you. But you ain't said why you won't come with me. If we lose, if we have to leave this place, why are you so set on staying? Well, it's not because you want to live in a world that says that fat pig on the beach is a man to be respected.
When I was very small, I would sneak out of the slave quarters at night to the main house. I would stand outside the window to the parlor. I would stand amongst the heat and the bugs and the filth on my toes to see inside. Inside that house was a little girl, my age, with the most beautiful skin. I watched her dance while her father played music and her mother sewed. I watched her read and eat and sing and sleep, kept safe and warm and clean by her father. My father. The things it took to make that room possible, they were awful things. But inside that room was peace. That is what home is to me. When you and I began, you did not choose me. Something that lives inside you beyond choice made it so. So I know you understand how this lives beyond choice for me too. Our roads are going to diverge. Let it be now so we may not live in fear of it.
It's such a setup.
You should say, see it be divided evenly.
She trusts.
without shattering the crew. If he kills an innocent man, we're screwed. To make a point, or tries to, I'm going to do something about it.
So I suggest you get the situation under control before that happens. I told you, I just don't see why the kids figured it out. The Barker woman figured it out. He listened to them. Alter his plans when they told him to. It's possible. The difference is, he saw them as his equal. He respected them that way, so he was... Both of those people ended up dead.
Wait, that means 9 days.
What?
9 days have passed, so like the English army
Yeah.
is coming in 3 days.
When I lost Thomas, I raged. I was distraught. I wept. Where were you? I'm ruined over you.
When I first met him, he was so unformed. And then I spoke and bade you cast aside your shame, and Captain Flint was born into the world. The part of you that always existed, yet never were you willing to allow into the light of day. I was mistress to you and you needed love. I was wife to you and you needed understanding. But first and before all, I was mother. I have known you like no other. So I love you like no other. I will guide you through it. But at its end is where you must leave me. At its end is where you will find the peace that eludes you. And at its end lies the answer you refuse to see.
What is it? The answer he refuses to see.
It's hard to tell how big she is. There isn't much above the surface. But it hasn't moved since we spotted it, so it's almost certainly dead. That's a week's worth of water. Food times 3.
They float and they rot. After they rot.
Make ready the launch.
It's a waste of energy.
Make ready the launch.
You gonna row out there on your own?
I'm one of 2 men who've been on full rations for the last few days. You're the other. Let's go. I stole it from you.
What?
The Oak of Gold.
I thought we knew. I really thought we knew.
I told you we were deceived about it having been recovered by the Spanish. It wasn't entirely true. You were deceived. I built the lie. Enlisted the scouts to raise the sale of the information to Captain Rackham. I conceived it all. I've had my fill of hearing you go on about this crew being too weak to keep up with you.
Some of them may be weaker than you, some of them may be less smart.
But don't you for a second believe I fit that description. Whatever happens out here, one thing is certain. You will account for me.
Why are you telling me all this?
So you can decide. To fight me. Maybe kill me and figure out a way of hauling yourself back to that ship alone. Or acknowledge the fact that you and I would be a hell of a lot better off as partners than as rivals.
You conceived all of this. The cover story, the end game on the jetty, waiting for the scouts to return. What did you do with your share?
I gave up my claim to it.
Why did you do that?
Because I saw no way to hold it and remain a part of this crew. And without these men, all I am is an invalid.
Can't eat that.
Let's
head back to the ship.
What is he doing? Oh.
We can eat those.
Did he manage?
They don't have that much strength. I don't. I don't. Yeah, I mean, he has to hold them, but.
Okay. Okay.
It'd be nice if it was going towards the ship.
What?
It would be nice if it was
Yeah.
going towards the ship.
Literally. But like it's gonna die probably. That's just that upset.
Boys, let's just not capsize. Let's just not capsize. Let's just not cap. We cannot believe this happening.
Good.
Okay. See what happens when we work together?
Yes.
What happened out there? Progress. How can you know for sure? Because I'm still alive, I suppose.
I adore him. You too.
Oh. It went.
Oh. Wouldn't it be funny if we met them? What do you want to happen now that we come?
There are masts at the mouth of the harbour. Appear to be in a firing line. Do you recognise any of the banners?
I cannot believe this, we're gonna leave it off.
Literally.
I cannot believe this, we're gonna leave it off.
Is Preston all right?
How many ships?
Must be 8, maybe 9.
3 hours, give or take, till they're near. Let's get the men aboard ship.
What are you suggesting? That we withdraw? I'm suggesting I see no obvious means by which we can reclaim Nassau town. Then I'll go to the beach myself. Big pardon?
Shouldn't be you. If you sent someone else to read the pardon address, someone known to the men on that beach, it might work.
Someone have her removed. I don't have time for this. What are you suggesting? That you go to read the address?
No, it can't be me either. I have too many enemies between here and that beach. Him. Half the men in that bay.
I would shoot him first.
They respect him as much, if not more, than any other man that sailed under the black. They'd grant him passage under a flag of truce, and they'd listen to what he had to say. And you don't give a shit if he dies in the process.
She is really something. I'd be scared.
They're right. Would this not constitute as betrayal?
Literally. This
Like
is a betrayal.
he went from pirate to pirate hunter, you know what I mean? The fuck would him let him pass?
Shoot on that man, and under the flag of truce. And the half of Nassau that remember him as the foundation of this place will rebel against the other half.
Sure.
Whatever's about to happen, there's no stopping it now.
Oh my god. Literally, what are we stopping on?
I can't believe this. I literally can't believe this.
In the name of the Governor of New Providence Island, the Honourable Woods Rogers, the time has come to bring a wayward child back into the fold. An island that's rejected its parent empire, but that must long for the embrace of civilization.
I would
once
love
again.
if you read that movie, fuck off.
That any man on this
Fuck
island
off.
who will accept that embrace, who will renounce violence against the crown,
No.
who will renounce piracy, that man will be offered a full, complete, and unqualified pardon. No matter what you've done, no matter how irredeemable you believe it to be, your king and your governor wish to offer you a clean slate, a new beginning here in Nassau. All of you that is but one. so committed to disorder and chaos that his presence is incompatible with civilized society. Be it known,
He worked for
there shall be a
fucking
bounty of
Britain.
10,000 pounds sterling for the capture of the pirate Charles Vane, dead or alive.
Fuck no. Civilized society. Fucking Britain. You're a pirate. He's a pirate hunter. Where the fuck did we lose the plot? I guess we're going fucking Civil War. Are those our boys?
Yes.
You're in for a
Very
shock of a
good.
lifetime when you get to Nassau.
We're still not in the night, so where are we?
I'm sure there's somewhere where there's water and animals.
What about people? That's what I'm scared of.
Maybe
Not about
people.
animals.
Seabirds. Who are you? No,
This is
God, I
somebody
can't do that.
else.
Who are you? Hello. We come in peace. I can
We're
see.
breaching
I
to
can
their
see how we
territory.
look like
Yeah.
enemies. I understand this completely. Like, give us a chance to explain.
Yeah,
we will be
them
on our
we
fucking
look
way.
enemies. We came to.
I mean, yeah, this is their
to breach
place.
their place.
I am sure when you see fucking, especially white people come in, it's not the most pleasant sight. They probably think they're fucking British, Spanish. What an exhausting episode. Like I don't know what was the first scene that like opened up the tears. I don't know when they started, but like then every other scene, like they were on the ready. It was just like I didn't even feel them. They started falling. I'm like, I'm just like trying to wipe them every time. And I don't know what fuck why. I don't know why. You know? I mean, I don't know. I just took everything very emotional.
Some scenes really did make me emotional, but like I feel like it wasn't as emotional as you were.
I don't know. I just like I felt we are at the point where I care very much about every single one. And so like anything that is happening on screen is hitting me a lot. And like this episode was like, let's say, calm in a way. Like most of the time, I mean, nothing was calm, but like a lot of it was like people talking, and it was more like a mental thing than like, yes, England's about to fucking attack, you know what I mean? A lot of things are happening plot-wise as well, but just like I feel the entirety of it was just like taking an emotional toll on me. Especially everything with Flint and John.
I mean, I agree. I mean, that is the part that like really did hit me. Like, yeah, it wasn't like action per se that was happening, but like it was more just like.
No, it took real emotional toll.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, they were stranded for a long time, and like basically the thing that we were talking about, what could potentially happen.
Yeah, this is
them.
exactly what I kind of suspected to happen. I didn't know if it is gonna be as emotional, let's say, for me as it ended up being, but like plot wise it is something that like I expected to happen in this episode. You know, they didn't eat each other's legs per se.
Thank God.
Even though when he killed those two,
honestly, I was just like thinking, what is gonna be happening now?
But like it didn't.
Like how desperate are we?
Apparently it didn't cross their mind.
Thank God, crossed our minds.
I mean, we have watched it in many shows.
We have.
It's not like.
Yeah, so now this is my go-to.
Yeah, it's not
they're
like something.
starving. I'm like, is someone gonna eat each other?
Yeah.
There was even a similar scene when they were picking out names that are gonna have. Did not remind you? I just thought about that immediately.
Of course.
And they're also the ones that ate people.
Yeah, everything that happened in this episode somehow reminded me to some scenes in The 100, you know, that did happen there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think my favorite thing in this episode was, I mean, everything with John and Flint that happened. But my first thing was also, the worst thing in this episode for me was also with Special Flint.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I really love them working together. I think they're necessary now for this crew, both of them.
Yeah.
And I love the purpose they served in this episode and how they show us which one is serving what to this crew.
Yeah.
You know?
I really was uncertain. I think we were talking about that in the past episode and everything. I really was uncertain about how John and Flint can bridge this gap between the two of them because of the way that like Flint is right now. You know, like it seemed like a difficult place, like a difficult thing to do between the two of them. You know, it seemed like they would clash in their opinions, and I didn't know how we can succeed to work together. Just because like Flint is, like he said to Miranda, that he is
broken, basically.
Yeah, he used a specific word, like he is destroyed over her. Yeah, and so like it just didn't seem like he would be of the capacity to even like, you know, work with John in figuring things out together. You know, just like because like he seems so lost within himself, you know, let alone like being a captain of the crew. And so like I really wasn't sure if we were gonna be able to do that, or if this is gonna be a complete divide with John and Flint, and I'm happy that it wasn't.
And the thing is, I just couldn't see where the story would go if the vision would to happen. Like when you said it in the last episode, I don't think I said anything, just because like I couldn't figure out where exactly the story would go.
Yeah.
If the two of them wouldn't be able to work together.
Yeah.
You know, because like John is staying on that crew, but like so is Flint.
Yeah.
So like either one is gonna die or they're gonna work together.
Yeah.
Like there is no such thing as in between.
Yeah.
But like I just love how this episode showed us how necessary they are.
Yeah.
Like both of them, and which purpose they do serve.
Yeah.
And how this crew, in my opinion, would die without either one of them.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
I think that what Flint said was, I can't say expectable, but like it makes sense to me.
Which part?
I mean, part with the lists.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
It is reasonable to me. It is necessary. It is hard. It is imaginable.
I mean, like literally,
hard.
It's awful. If someone told me to make that list, I would jump into the fucking water. Like that's why I would never be able to be a captain, because like I could never make these decisions. And like, of course, it's reasonable because you are all gonna die if there's no people to be. If there's no men that are gonna be strong enough to be able to sail the ship when the time comes. Like, of course, that's very reasonable. Like, it's just, you're right now stranded. You're gonna have to do everything that you can for most of you to survive, you know? But it's a very tough pill to swallow. Just like saying, let's make a list of like most priority and least priority, you know? Like, it sounds just like putting people's names on lists, you know? It sounds like so dark. And so like, I think I love John for struggling with that so much. Like, I love him for that.
Yeah, I think that is what is necessary, because like he is thinking of, let's say, each individual.
Yeah.
Like of every single one of them, because he needs every single one of them, you know? And they need him.
Yeah.
And that is how their relationship works. Where
because like all of them have kind of entrusted themselves to John.
Exactly. But like he has entrusted himself in them. He said that, like, without them I am just like an invalid.
Yeah, but like invalid, yeah. But like he found his purpose in being there on that ship and like taking care of them and like being their protector in front of Flint. Because like if he was not the one that existed, like Billy kind of had that role in like season 1, like to protect the guys from Flint. Because they could be expendable to Flint in Flint's goals, you know, and you need someone like John or like Billy that keep the crew's interest at heart. And that's why it's necessary for the two of them to work together, because like, for example, like in this choice, I mean, Flint was correct.
Yeah, you know? without Flint they would all die.
Yeah,
without that hard decision.
Yeah.
They would all just die. Like nobody would be able to be strong when they needed them to be strong, you know?
Yeah, I mean, again, like it was reasonable. Billy was also like for it, you know what I mean? Billy is he is the
thing in the middle.
Literally, he is just holding everyone together, and he's always very reasonable to how you need to be reasonable, you know?
Yeah, that's what I want to say. He is kind of, in my opinion, in the middle of John and Flint.
Yeah.
Like, he listens to the situation.
He's the perfect balance there.
Yeah, and assess the situation and sides with one or sides with the other.
Yeah.
In some ways, depending on what is happening. But yeah, I really love how they showed us in this episode, because like you understand both of them, you agree, in my opinion, with both of them, you know, and how they're the key to holding this crew together.
Yeah.
You know, but like together doing that.
Yeah. And again, I love that this is very difficult for John. That like he did not want to take his rations, even though like he is after Flint, let's say, or the same amount as important Flint is, you know, he needs to be the one taking the rations. But like I can only imagine how difficult that would be for him, who like he kind of feels, how do I say it, he feels a lot of weight in like protecting these men, and then like he is the one that is getting fed more than them, but like he also doesn't have a leg, so he's not the one that's gonna be working on the boat. And so like his purpose there, like why he is so important, is to like stand up for those men, and yet like those men are gonna die because like you cannot feed them, but like you're feeding yourself, you know. Like it would be a very difficult situation to be put into because of the person that he is. I mean, because of the person that he has become.
That's what I want
like
to say.
Because like before he would have fucking found ways to get himself the rations, you know, even if someone else is screwed over, and he has done a 180.
Yeah, that's what I want to say, how in this episode, I mean in all the previous ones, but like this one especially, you saw the progression where he has come to, you know, who he has become. And that is something completely opposite. Like there is no way in the past he would not take that rations. There is no way in the past he would not be there with Flint, you know, say with Flint, like
he would have said it first.
Exactly. He would be like, do you know what we need? We need less mouths to feed, you know?
Yeah.
Like he would be there, but now his priorities are men.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. So he is not eating. He was not eating. He was not being able to do that, you know?
Yeah, until Billy
of course, until Billy convinced him, because like it is necessity for him to eat, you know?
Yeah.
So I really, really, really just like loved the story. I really like this type of episodes, and I think they're necessary in the show to have.
No, like this, the whole episode could have been like a bottled episode if you wanted to, like all of them on the ship, and I think would have been a brilliant episode. I think you need episodes to calm things down.
Yeah.
Even though like honestly nothing is calm here for me in this show. Like every fucking scene has so much weight. But like you need to.
I agree. I think
we need
like,
to at times you need to check back in with characters and their mental
that's
states.
What I want to say.
Yeah.
Sometimes these types of episodes are less calm to me. Than the ones with a lot of.
And that's what I mean. Like I kept crying the entire episode.
Like the thing that fucking broke my heart, again, is as well Flint. I think we needed to have an episode like this with him after Miranda died. You know. Because in last 2 episodes, you saw how dead he is, basically, in his eyes, you know? And even here, he is coming to this, he is executing these hard decisions, you know? You don't see him, but like I love that we saw him afterwards break down.
Yeah, because like that is what John was telling to Billy. I think it was a very interesting talk about Flint. Like that is what he said to him in season 2, like how it must be horrible being you, because at that point he realized that Flint cares very much about how he is perceived and like who he is, and so like he cared if he was being seen as the villain. In this season, in this episode, he kind of had to embrace that, basically embrace being that monster, because like he went there and he shot those 2 men, and like one of them stole. You don't know which one of them stole, you know. And like, you know, it's very difficult to put men on trial because they were hungry, You know, it's just like it is a basic human necessity to eat, and you know, and they have done nothing, let's say, wrong in that way. I mean, all of them, they're on the ship, they're pirates. They have killed so many innocent people, all of them, none of them are like, none of their hands are clean, you know, but like they're all the same. Like you can't, it's not like they're now dying for their sins from the past, because all the people on the ship have committed sins, I'm sure. So like you have to kill them because one of them stole, you don't know which one of them stole, and you have to kind of make an example out of them, because if they go without punishment, then like what stops the rest of the men from also going and eating the food? And they have eaten food for like a day's rations, you know what I mean? Like they don't have that much. It's a very dire situation. Yeah. And so like, again, it's that type of a situation where if you put me there, like, I mean, I would be less John. Like, John did not know what to do in that moment. He could not make that decision because he is responsible for them. Yeah. Like, he feels connected to them. He is responsible for them. And like, killing someone, choosing to kill, like, both in that instance, like, I can't imagine a worse fucking thing to do.
Even if you know that, like, one has stole, I think bad. For him that would be impossible in that moment.
I can't, because like you're punishing him for doing something like understandable, you know what I mean? Like, they're starving. Yeah. They just like they want to eat food. No one has done something
to survive. To any one of them to survive, it is understandable how that is a necessity you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah, but like the most awful situation to be put into, you know, like I don't, what do you do with that?
But like, I think that is why I love that the second after. First he saw Miranda, who apologized, who was in front of the gun. God. You know? First that, but like the second after he went to his office and broke. First he said to John, like, if you can do the hard thing, I'm gonna do it with you. But like he said for you. But like he said it with such a voice. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it wasn't a cold voice in my ears. Mm-hmm. Like, because like before that it was very cold, very distant, hard. You know what I mean? Like, when he said they need to take rations. Mm-hmm. You know, it wasn't you don't hear trembling in his voice. You just see commitment. Mm-hmm, you know, that is something they need to do. Mm-hmm. But like in that moment he didn't sound like that to me, so like it was expectable. I thought that we're gonna see him break down after. You know. Yeah. And I think the scenes like that are the reason why I don't think he's gonna die.
I agree.
Let me just tell you, because
I think in combination with those types of scenes, along with scenes of Miranda haunting him, and like, I really want to go back. I'm gonna go back to like listen exactly what she said. I mean, we don't have an answer, but like, she told him something about like finding some type of peace, and like that he is gonna find an answer he is searching for. And nothing is coming to mind as to what she meant, like what type of an answer he is searching for. Like, is it an answer about, I mean, it's, you know, it's about the fight within himself, but like, I don't know exactly. I can't gouge out.
I know when I listened to it I didn't know. Yeah. I really didn't.
But I loved, like, she literally, it's like she recited a poem to him when she was talking to him about how she was his mistress.
When he did love, how,
Yeah, and she was his something and mother. What is the other thing?
I don't know the other thing, because she first said mistress and then she said wife.
And then mother.
Then mother.
I really like that. I really like the concept of like when she said mother, because like she gave birth to Flint when she kind of made him stop feeling shame. Yeah. You know, and that is how Flint was born. Yeah. And now, like, it seems like all he is, the persona that he embraced is all Flint, because like with the death of her, it's kind of, again, we talked about that when she died, like it is kind of a death of him, of James McGraw. And like all that is left here is Flint. I mean, again, not all that is left. Like, you're still capable of being anything and anyone. You know, it's just like you have to do it. It's on you.
He also needs to find a way.
Yeah.
To again, be somebody else.
More and more that we are watching his story, I just imagine his ending in a cabin in the woods by himself, in some type of like peace.
Me too.
Like away from everyone and everything. Like that is literally that is
I mean,
the only
something
thing
like
I
that,
see for
yeah.
him right now.
Yeah.
But I
But
love
that is
that
his
scene.
peace. That
Yeah.
is what he needs. You know.
I agree.
Again, he just needs to find that someone, to figure out how to be that someone, somebody else without Miranda, because that part has died with her.
Yeah.
You know, I said it millions of times. I'm gonna say it again. I adore their relationship. I adore what they were to each other. I adore everything that she said in this episode. You know.
Yeah.
I just think it is such an unique. I haven't watched a relationship like that.
I couldn't compare it to anything.
Yeah, I just think it's so fucking unique, you know.
Yeah.
And it's so devastating that she has died, and now this is all. I mean, again, it is fundamental for his character in the future, you know.
Yeah.
It is what happened is gonna be fundamental, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. But then we later on had the scene with him and John, a very like the most important scene for their relationship, and like. Again, just to show you how far John has come, like to be willing to enter a boat with Flint, who has killed his previous, what is the title?
Quartermasters.
And tell him that you plan to steal the gold, that like you did lie, and like he, we thought that Flint knew that at the end of season 2. And just like decided to kind of go with the lie because of how John is important to the crew. But like, you know, he didn't. And John confessed that to him, and it was such a scene, like the way I love the way that they shoot the show. Like the shots that they choose. Like you're not seeing his face when John is telling him that, you're seeing his back. And like I feel like John feels scared because he doesn't know what Flint could do now. I don't know, like, is Flint about to turn around? Like, what is... I mean, I like, realistically, John's gonna be fine, you know? So, like, it's gonna be fine. But, like...
Especially because he was holding the thing that could kill Flint with, you know?
Yeah.
I knew how it's gonna turn out, but, like, John didn't definitely.
Yeah, but, like, he then asked him, like, okay, so what did you do with your gold?
Yeah.
And that was such... I was wondering where his gold was. I really just like thought, I mean, it's there and it's waiting for him, because like it's not like I would have like thought any less of him for like still keeping the gold, even though he's like on the crew or anything. Like I didn't really think about it, you know. But I think it's so, I really love the fact that he couldn't like live with his consciousness if he took the gold and remained part of this crew, because like he deceived them in a way. And so like he just gave up the gold to be able to stay with the crew, because that is the more important thing to him. Which, like, if that doesn't speak about his development and where he is, like, I don't know what the fuck does. Yeah. And he went on that boat knowing that Flint could kill him.
Yeah, potentially.
Like, Flint could kill him. And John the survivor, putting himself in a situation where he could die for the crew, for them to be able to work together. Like, that's what Billy told him. I think Billy was very important in this episode for finding a way for them to work again. Billy in the middle, the glue, holding everything fucking together. And again, he is, what I love about Billy is that he is like rational, but again, he cares very much about the crew, because like he went and told, if Flint kills one more innocent person, like, I'm gonna do something about it. Yeah. So you're gonna have to handle this so that I don't have to do something about it. Yeah. I adore him. And like he told him that he needs to find a way to be able to work with Flint, because like Miranda and Gates did figure it. And I was like thinking the entire time, but he strangled Gates. And Miranda is also dead, like not because of him. If you want to go down the route that like he couldn't stop himself from going here pursuing this, like in a way that she is dead because of him, but you know, not directly because of him.
I mean, I think they both influenced each other.
Yeah. So the way that John saw fit to do that was, I think, like the best road to tell him that like, you're not the smartest one here. Like, I have deceived you and you didn't know. Like, you didn't notice that I deceived you, because like I'm sure that Flint looks down on the men on the ship. Like, realistically, he just looks down on them. That's why he is able to deceive them in the way that he is. That's why he knows how to manipulate them. And John took this risk to like show him that he can also be fooled, and John was able to do that, and so that kind of makes them feel more like equals, and that will make Flint more willing to listen to him and treat him like an equal. And that's like what he had with Miranda, that's what he had with Gates, you know. And so I think he just like did the best possible thing he could, and like I really like that because of that, because like they found a way to work together, function together, give that partnership a chance, that like then they were able to catch together
and save the man together.
Yeah, like I think it was such a beautiful wrapping up of the whole thing. And then after
And
the
then
end of that, the wind starts.
And now we have this.
Like it felt like a blessing from the gods.
Yeah.
You know, just like giving them a start.
Yeah.
I really love the way that was all shown and done.
Yeah.
Like where the fuck the wind blew us?
I don't know. It's some island, I guess.
Yeah.
But like I think why we are here is so we wouldn't be there in Nassau, you know. Like I think.
I mean, I wonder if there's gonna be some like story with these the people native to the land.
Definitely
I don't fucking know
it will be
where we are.
Yeah, definitely it will be a story. I think we're gonna be there for an episode or two or something like that.
Yeah.
But like I think like story wise, purpose why we are here, why we have this story now is so that Flint wouldn't be there, you know.
Yeah.
In Nassau when this is all happening right now.
But like I wonder if he's gonna show up when we think all is lost.
I'm not sure.
When we think like Nassau is about to fall down, and then on the fucking horizon you see Flint.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
That would kind of be good.
That would be good.
I
just
really like that.
maybe, but like I don't know.
No, me neither.
I have
what
no
the fuck
clue
is about
what
to be
is
happening
gonna
with Nassau? Like I cannot even
really
like
don't
I
know.
don't even not a semblance of thought. Like but like the way that I'm willing to go on a civil war for Charles Vane. The way that I'm like, I'm not fucking giving you him.
Me too.
Like you want pardons for all of you fucking cowards. Fucking cowards. No, we're not taking, like I hate them so much. Not them, I hate England. Like to come there, the British fucking Empire, the most evil thing that has existed. I mean, they have competition. They have a lot of competition. I can't say. For them to come and be like, oh, you savages. Like, come back into the fold with us and we will grant you this immunity. Like, we are the ones that tell you that, like, the ones to grant you freedom. Fucking England and British, like, coming... I love how much the show makes an emphasis to talk about civilization and, like, what... they talk about like what civilization is. Like Anne pointed that out too.
Yeah.
To say like I cannot live in a world with that man.
Yeah.
That awful fucking man that
is...
spoke this way to Max. That views Max as less than.
Yeah.
As less than human. Like he said the word like creature. You know what I mean? Like someone like him is viewed as civilized.
Yeah.
While they are viewed as savages.
Yeah.
Like it's a complete...
I really love how the show does that and how it represents that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it started with like Flint and James as well. Like Flint said that like he is gonna be fighting civilization that comes and that deems like their love as monstrous or immoral or anything like that, and that deems like people with different skin colors as less than as well. Like they are the ones that call themselves civilization. And our guys are the savages. Like, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do with Nassau. I really don't know.
I really don't know.
There is in no universe do I want it to be under the British
Me neither. It just
Empire.
Like the episode ended with a lot of people accepting the pardon, which is again as well understandable in my opinion.
I mean, I wouldn't. It's not a surprising thing.
Of course not.
But it is not the side that I would choose. But like you do you. And I'm gonna fight you now. Because now you're gonna fight us.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I really don't.
The thing is, I
can't imagine.
I don't know. I don't know what Vane does in his position. Like if someone comes to an island that like I want to protect, and like they tell me that like these people don't have to die if I give myself up. You know, all of the people. That's what I mean. Like
it would maybe be different if many people didn't want those pardons.
Yeah.
Apparently,
If
But,
if the whole island wanted to fight against
exactly,
that,
that's different.
because I am
then.
for the fact, like, I think I don't want them to be under fucking British rule, you know. But also, there's a big potential that they all die
Exactly.
if they don't like appease them.
But like if they all chose that,
Yeah.
if they are all fighting for the same goal, then it's
Yeah.
different.
If most
If
of them,
if a lot of them want then pardon, you know.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like
I don't
would,
know, but like
I will give myself up.
That's what I want to say. Like I don't see the fight happening at all.
Yeah.
Like again,
We are
maybe Jack
outnumbered.
and maybe other people are gonna be like, yes, we're gonna fight.
That's what I mean.
But
I think
like,
they would want to,
maybe
but I don't
he's
think.
gonna sneak around, and, you know.
Yeah, because like I think like if we're gonna be realistic, if there's no Flint, and these, I mean, I don't know, Blackbeard.
I know, yeah, that's Blackbeard.
He is an
one.
unknown, and
Yes.
so like I don't know the power that he yields.
But he doesn't care.
Could we have? He cares
He
very
cares
much about Vane, and he would not let.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I wanted to say he doesn't care about this place.
Oh yeah, sure, no.
He only cares for Vane.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So, but like if Vane, like
What
they
about
want Vane,
run away?
they want to take Vane.
What
He
about
was not- he
Vane?
would not-
Just let her run away.
That's the thing. Like if he gets the only way is if he like sneaks out.
But like runs away, not like.
Like you think they will not attack them?
Yeah, would they attack them if there is no?
There's
Charles
no
Vane?
like. Yeah, I can't imagine a universe where he runs away.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just can't imagine that universe. I am unsure, but I don't feel good about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
but
don't
like,
feel
that's
good
what I
about
wanna say, like,
just because they keep mentioning. Sorry, they keep mentioning Vane, and like in this episode as well, like with Jack and Anne, they were talking about how like there's so many people on this island that will do many things for Vane to view them as like good pirates, as in like Vane's opinion is important to a lot of people, and a lot of people, you know, kind of care about him. Like they're talking a lot about Vane, and they're talking about Vane in a good light. And so like now when potentially like his life is in danger, combining that with the fact that the show is talking about him in like good connotations, that doesn't make me, I don't think that bodes well for his life.
I don't know. I mean, I agree, but like it's just I can't believe that they would kill him off in like next few episodes. You know what I mean?
Me neither.
That's too soon in my
Yeah,
opinion.
but like too soon. There's 4 seasons.
I understand it.
Like,
Just
if he
like
dies
I
at the end of
thought
season
more
3.
is gonna happen with his character. Maybe it's just like maybe that's just I expected more to happen with his character. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's maybe the only reason why I'm like he's not dying soon. When I say soon, I'm because like if he surrender himself, then he dies in the next 2 episodes. You know what I mean?
True.
It's not like he's gonna stay with Eleanor there and they're gonna, you know?
No.
So like if he surrenders, then he dies. At the same time, I don't see the fight happening.
Yeah.
I don't see him leading all of these people into fight just because of. I mean, it's not because of his own life, but like again, if it would be that all
They're gonna
those
be
people
outnumbered.
want to fight, then it would be different. But like no, many of them have already went for the pardons.
Yeah.
So I honestly don't know what's gonna happen. I just again, like, I just don't see him dying in next 2 episodes. You know what I mean?
I don't think next 2.
Yeah.
Like this could just be prolonged. I don't
That's-
know.
but,
Like I don't know in what way. Maybe we're gonna try to find ways to fight this, and when there's gonna be no fucking way to do it, because like we have multiple problems
I have
here.
no idea.
I don't know what's gonna be happening. I don't know.
Again, I think Flint is gonna come at some point.
I don't know what is happening as well with Eleanor in the terms of like what she wants with Nassau. Like, she wants, like, how does she view Nassau being legitimate? Like, does she view it as in like being under British rule with a governor appointed by the British? Because like then she wants this guy to succeed. You know what I mean? Like what is happening in her head right
what
now?
What has changed? What would have changed? She wasn't with Flint and Vane.
What do you mean?
Like Flint went for that pardon. They all fought for that pardon. You know, for the legitimate Nassau.
Yeah.
From the moment that Flint, that's what she wanted.
Yeah.
What would have changed? She wasn't with them when their perspective has changed. She thinks Flint wants that as well.
Yeah, but like they were talking about an all-out war in Nassau, and like killing so many people, and like she was asking questions, you know, that weren't de-escalating the thing. You know, like he was like, I don't want to engage in a fight. And like she said like something along the lines of like, how do you think that like this can be done without a fight or something? Like, I don't know if she's like asking those questions because like she thinks a different approach should be taken, or if she's asking those questions as to just like gouge out why he is doing the things that he is doing.
I'm not
You
sure
know?
either, but like with those questions and the way she talked, she has become in some way somebody in their eyes that she is the one who came up with this plan to send the guy.
Yeah.
She is doing what she has always done.
Yeah, but like...
I know, I understand what you're asking. I don't know the answer to that question.
I don't know what we're gonna do there.
But I do believe that what she wants is legitimate Nassau.
No, yeah. I mean, she wants that, but just like, God, legitimate Nassau, because like the way that I was... I guess that night, just like I was thinking, I was going about it the wrong way for like 2 seasons. Because like legitimate Nassau,
they
for
have
me,
went to it for the yeah.
Because like again, like I was just like legitimate Nassau for me is a place. Like I understand why they need to be at peace with Britain to be able to like do trade and everything and like be able to live in peace, but like
they are the colony.
And thus, yeah. But like I want it to be a place where like slaves are gonna be free and you can love whoever you want to love, and it doesn't matter like what your skin color is gonna be. And like if it's just another colony of Britain, like how is it in any way any different of a place than any other colony? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought our goal was to create a better place. And like
I mean, I think it was. I think their first plan was to steal fucking gold from Spain.
Yeah.
And use it.
Yeah.
In
to
such
be able
ways.
to defend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they went the different way.
Yeah.
With Peter, you know.
Yeah.
To make deals. I still think that what you just said is something that Flint has wanted.
I mean, yeah, it would pardon every single. It would pardon every single pirate there.
Exactly.
And everyone can live and like do jobs that are not pirating.
Exactly.
And all that.
Exactly.
But under British fucking rule.
I mean, we're not doing that.
No.
So.
I mean, hopefully.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think we're doing that because
the thing is, like, how, like, legitimately, how I understand that, like, some parts of this are fictional, other parts of this are, like, what happened in real life. I feel like I would have known of a colony that separated themselves from Britain. You know what I mean? Like, you learn about America and the Civil War there. But, like, maybe we can go with fiction. Because, like, I don't think, like, I feel like if we were going historically, there's no fucking way that this was not a colony. But, like, there's another problem.
Like, I think the war is gonna happen.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if they don't succeed now, like, with, like,
exactly.
Eleanor and the guys, if they don't succeed now, then Spain is coming.
Exactly.
So, like, what is better? Like, technically... If the goal is for most people to survive and everything, and maybe figure out later, you take this deal and you give back the gold. No one's doing that.
I don't think you're just going over one thing and saying it's not gonna happen, then the other thing it's not gonna. Again, I think I don't know what is gonna happen right now in the next episode with Charles, but like again, still I think Wayne is coming. I think Flint is coming.
Yeah.
I mean, what is Flint gonna change? I don't know. But he's a very influential man.
I have no clue where we're gonna go with that. Like, again, we don't even know what Blackbeard's... He is a very popular, feared pirate. He has a lot of capabilities. And so, like, I don't know if we can do something with that. I don't know. And, like, we see that he cares very much about Vane.
Yeah.
And that he kind of wants... Because, like, now when he is coming near the end of his life, I mean, he doesn't look that old, but, like, he is not young. he wants to like leave a legacy, let's say, and like I think his legacy, because he does not have sons,
He said that.
is
today,
vain. Yeah. And so like he wants
That
someone
was the plan after
made in
this
his
for
image.
them, after he defends it, like after that they
Yeah.
go off together.
Yeah.
Don't think that's happening either. So like, I have no idea with it. I think this show is a lot of like really unpredictable.
No.
You know,
Because like I
like
tell you
plot
10
wise,
things
like I have no
that
idea.
can
Like,
well, like it can go down 10 different roads,
but
and
like,
I'm uncertain.
See, to me, it's like every single road that I think of, I can't really see it.
I agree.
Like it's not like it can go, sure, but like I don't see the ending of that one. I don't see
Yeah.
what will happen after. I really don't have a complete image of what is. You know.
No,
what I
me
mean?
neither. I really don't know.
God.
And we're not gonna watch for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I hate that so much.
Me too.
That's it, guys.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
We'll see you not
very
soon, but soon for you, but not soon for us.
For you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.